I haven't even put like the little band on yet, and it's still giving like. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Y'all, I'm back. You're probably wondering like, why are you all dolled up? My baby's christening is actually today, so that is why I already finished my hair and makeup, and then I just got to throw an outfit on. But I said, you know what, let me make this video because I missed, I believe, 2 Saturdays, so we are back with it, y'all. If you all want to know how I did this look and also this hair, this is actually a glueless wig, y'all, that I got off TikTok shop. Yes, your girl just started wearing glueless wigs. So if you all want to see how I installed this and also how I did this makeup, comment down below and let me know. Let's just get right into this video. So this video is actually going to be about my breastfeeding journey. So I'm gonna just start from the beginning. Before I got pregnant? When I was pregnant, y'all, I had decided that I was just going to strictly pump. That is something that I wanted to do. I saw a lot of like TikTok videos, YouTube videos about women that strictly pump, and I knew that it was going to be a challenge for me, but I was ready to, you know, accept the challenge. Like, I was on board and I was ready to do it. Before we had got to the hospital, I don't know if I mentioned it in one of my other videos, but I started collecting colostrum. And if you don't know, colostrum is like that milk before your actual milk comes in. So only a little bit was coming out at a time, and I was hand expressing, so I wasn't using any type of pump or anything. So that was coming out. When I got to the hospital, it was kind of hard because, you know, although your baby does not eat a lot when they are first born, you still have to feed them. So because I wasn't having a lot of colostrum coming out, and I knew I didn't want to feed directly from the breast, the only other option we had was to give him formula. So the entire time while he was in the hospital, we gave him formula that the hospital provided us. So once we left the hospital, I was like, okay, like this is my breastfeeding journey has officially begun. You know, I started buying all of these pumps and, you know, just all of this stuff that I thought I needed and whatever. So I started the pumping journey, and as time went on, I realized that I was just simply not pumping enough. So more time went on, and I just kept trying like different things, y'all, like, you know, lactation cookies, teas, all types of herbal teas. Like, I literally tried, I'm not gonna say everything, but I tried a lot of things in order to increase my supply, and it just seemed like nothing was working. So I ended up going to a lactation specialist. She gave me like a schedule pretty much, and the schedule was just helping me, making sure that I pumped at a certain time, because, you know, they say the more you pump and the more you get that milk out, the more should come out, like, you know, it should increase. So I started doing that, and y'all, at first I was getting the hang of it, but you got to understand, like, you have a newborn baby, and on top of having a newborn baby, you're trying to pump and clean and do all these house things and also, you know, tend to your child. It became a lot. Like, I was like, my mental started to get affected by trying to like pump all the time. Whenever I wasn't able to pump enough, we would just supplement with formula. So it got to a point where I was like, you know, the schedule's not working, nothing that I tried is working. So I say, you know what? I told my lactation specialist that I was open to trying to actually latch him onto my breast so that he can feed directly from my breast. Before I even went to the lactation specialist, I actually tried latching him on, and it worked. So he did not have any type of issues when it comes to latching. More time went on, and it got to a point where I just slowly stopped pumping like altogether, and I told myself, you know what, let me just continue feeding from the breast. So I tried that for like maybe a couple weeks. Even feeding from the breast, it was just like a constant, like I said, it was getting to my mental, because the whole point of me wanting to strictly bottle feed but I still wanted to give him my breast milk. Now I just want to let y'all know, I still wanted him to get my breast milk, because I know how, you know, healthy and nutritious breast milk is. So that's why I wanted to pump. But another reason is because I wanted, like, my husband and, you know, other people to be able to feed my child. Like, I didn't want him to just be dependent on me. And some others may want that, you know, some others may want to be tied down and not being able to, like, you know, do a whole bunch of stuff, because, you know, you are your child's main source of food. I didn't want that as well. So it got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna breastfeed only at night, and then I'm gonna just formula feed during the day. For those who pump out here, kudos to you, because pumping is not for the weak. More time went on, and I was feeling good about, like, the breastfeeding at night and then bottle feeding during the day. But then each day that went by, it seemed like I was feeding from the breast less and less and less. So it got to a point where I was down to maybe feeding him once or twice on my breast. So at that point, I was just like, I'm only feeding him once or twice from my breast anyway. So one day I was just like, you know what, I'm just about to stop. So I went cold turkey one day, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt a little bad at first, because I kind of felt like I failed my son, in a sense. And, you know, a lot of women might feel that way when they try breastfeeding and it just does not work for them. But eventually, I mean, I got over it. At the end of the day, as long as my baby is fed, that is all that matters to me. So currently he is completely formula fed, and we got him the sensitive formula because I think the regular formula was like messing up his stomach. So the main reason why I would say I stopped breastfeeding is just mentally, it was a lot. It was just, you know, a lot on my mental health. It was draining me, trying to like be super mom, trying to breastfeed, trying to breastfeed strictly, like straight from the breast, and trying to pump and giving him formula. Like everything was just all over the place. And I feel like if I do for our next child, if I do decide to breastfeed, I'm going to start at the hospital, and maybe that will help increase my milk supply, because with my baby now, I didn't start right away. You know, I started like, I think we were already like a month and a half in when I said, okay, let's try feeding him directly from the breast. So yeah, to all of my new moms out there, I just want to let y'all know that regardless if you are breastfeeding, if you are strictly pumping, if you are doing a mixture combination of all three, a mixture combination of both, whatever you are doing, strictly formula, whichever one you are doing, it is okay. Do not feel bad for how you are deciding to feed your child. It is your choice on how your child is fed, and as long as your child is fed, that is all that matters. A fed baby is a happy baby, period. And another thing that I just wanted to point out is because I was only breastfeeding like once or twice a day, when I had went cold turkey and I stopped breastfeeding at all, my boobs were only sore for one day, and that same day I actually fed him one time. But after that, my boobs were not sore at all. I know if you are, you know, breastfeeding continuously every single day, like all day, and then you go cold turkey, I know that your boobs will probably get very, very sore. So it might help if you kind of like wean down a little bit when it comes to the breastfeeding, so your boobs won't be as sore. That's just a tip that might help any new moms out there. Yeah, if you have any questions when it comes to breastfeeding, or you know, anything, any tips that you may have, even though I'm no longer breastfeeding, you may be able to help somebody else out by commenting things that worked for you when it comes to breastfeeding. That concludes this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next Saturday. Bye. And I know at the end of these videos I be saying I'm gonna see y'all next Saturday, but sometimes I don't post on Saturdays, so please forgive me. When I don't post, it is for a very good reason, y'all, and I just want to let y'all know that I'm not just, you know, not showing up for y'all, because this year I am trying to be consistent. So yeah, I just want to get it out there.